Oh my goodness, we are back for another exciting beta read. Oh my! In case you guys have noticed, I am out of breath. Why? Because we don't have one beta read today. Today we have three. Oh my goodness! A one, two, three. So with that being said, let's just speed through this so I can get through that last one. Oh my goodness. So with that being said, I am very full. My family celebrated Thanksgiving today. I have my new book uploading on Amazon right now. Oh my goodness, I am excited, but of course, in case you guys ever self-published before, when you go through that process, you can run into a lot of technical details. So with that being said, oh my goodness, I've got Photoshop on my other computer, and it's uploading on that computer, so it's difficult. But anyways, let's get some plugs out of the way before we start. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Here's some books of mine. Feel free to check them out. Not Every Star in the Night. Oh my goodness. Yamikage, A New Dawn. Whoa, that is the sequel is uploading right now. I'm excited, dudes. I'm excited, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Bright Dreadful Sun, wonderful. This is a good book as well. They're all great books. So with that being said, we're not here to talk about my books. We're here to talk about your books. So with that being said, I want to give a huge shout out to Rose Lauren G. Robbins. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, 5-star beta reader, 5-star ghostwriter, editor, publisher out there, obviously, is trying to start the publishing company. Oh my goodness. So with that being said, what are we doing here? As you guys know, beta reads can take hours and hours and hours for somebody like me that fills out the report and all that. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I'm going crazy today. I'm just all over the place. But anyways, so with that being said, what this is kind of like a compressed, compartmentalized version of that, almost like a speed beta read. So with that being said, I open up these chapters as if I'm kind of like a new reader opening it up for the first time. Just kind of reading with a critical eye. So with that being said, let's just jump right into this. What we're doing is, especially just the last one, we're allotting 15 minutes to this, but let's just go ahead. Let's just get right into it. I asked for the first chapter as usual. Not a problem. So the title is The Writer and the Librarian 2. Not 1, 2. Oh, I'm just kidding. Although I think that's a typo. Double check. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the problem. Author. If you scroll one page above, you see all your personal information or the information of something. I'm not going to show it on the screen, but just double check. I would not send things out like that. It's got a phone number and all that. I don't know if that's your personal phone number. I don't know if that's your stuff, but do not send those out, and I'm not going to put that on the screen for the YouTube people out there. So let's move on. The Writer and the Librarian. We love writers. We are writers ourselves, and we love librarians because they are our goons. All right. So first chapter, first sentence, first page, first paragraph. Very important, first everything. So let's check it out. Well, there's a lot of valuable page space right here. A nice chunk, kind of being underutilized. I would move that up. It's valuable page space. That's good real estate. So let's double check. I would also include a nice title page as well. This is of course in the drafting stage. And first page, we could tell a lot by the first one. Usually by this first page, I could tell if I'm sending something back or not. But these are the free beta reads. So with that being said, bada bing, bada boom. So first sentence in line. Chapter 1, I would center and maybe just kind of enlarge a little bit. So I'm liking the neat presentation already. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I do not read ahead. This is me reading for the first time. So with that being said, there was a secret meeting tonight, and I had to be there. Okay, hold up, focus, relax. Tell, not show. You don't want to tell, not show. You want to show, not tell. Reduce the ambiguity a little bit. Pull back. Watch out. This seems like already something that we were already in the midst of something, as opposed to a hook. Now that's trying to act as a hook. I see it, but go ahead and elevate. There's glue words in there. There's filler/glue words, also known as sticky words. So if I ran this sentence right here, it would probably come out to 60% glue. 60% glue. Yeah, this whole thing. So reformat this first sentence. Based on this first sentence, I would already send it back, but that's totally cool. Not a big problem there. So let's focus up. I received the invitation. Watch out. Get that main character presented. Elevate character profile. Get that appearance in there. Oh man, I'm getting really good at these. So with that being said, focus up. We want love at first sight, as we know. I do like the narrative balance here. So what I can see, it's slightly out of kilter from what you see on the screen. But on this screen, I have two screens. In case you are previous watchers of the channel, I moved my monitor that was once there to kind of a big up in front of me. Oh my goodness. So so let's keep on moving. Elevate your character profile. We're going to spend the time with the main character, especially if we're going to come out with I, right there, establishing first person perspective. Elevate the main character. We want love at first sight, and I would love to see that in that first paragraph. So with that being said, same with setting. Don't neglect setting. Arrive by 7 p.m. Chloe in part 3. Very interesting. Elevating with stylizing. Ladies and gentlemen, we love stylizing. So right here we're using italics to kind of stylize. But italics are used to show internal dialogue. But a lot of people use it to stylize. Totally cool. Totally cool. That's exactly what's going on here. What I would do here is opt for a larger narrative. Focus up and maybe get a nice cheeseburger paragraph, which is what I'm calling them. Those those 5 sentences. What we have here is kind of like a sandwich paragraph, and it's also double spaced, so watch out for that. That 3 sentence, not the worst, not the best, just kind of in the middle. I would opt for a full body. So it looks like what we have here is this consistent sandwich, this consistent set of sandwiches. Better than ping pong, better than the onion chops, which I often don't agree with. So with that being said, having eagerly anticipated this moment, I see yeah, focus up. So your presentation is nice. Your presentation is very nice, actually. I like it. It's balanced. So double check, but watch out for your main character. Get the character in there already. So it's not necessarily about timing. It's about conciseness, because we're already going with I. We keep saying I. Who are we following? Double check. Also watch the filler and the glue words. So keep moving. Primarily as a small time author and a blogger. Examine existence to justify mode. Okay, so it looks like occupation is in there. Really good. Part of the character profile. Either occupation or hobby. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And being a writer within itself can be a unique characteristic. So even though I had a modest family of friends. Yeah, so know your landmarks. We're in the introduction, which is for introducing. But it should be introduced our main character. So watch out, because a lot of this may become very irrelevant very fast. So put things on a scale, go ahead of importance. Also, double check your stuff for glue and filler. I'm seeing a lot of filler words. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I'll receive manuscripts and I'll put them through the thing. I'll literally put them through the program, and the manuscript will literally come out to like 60% glue, believe it or not. So author, I would double check, just kind of miscellaneous words that don't need to be there. The ones that could kind of be just plucked out. Double check those. A lofty ambition, but one that helped me in my early 20s. Go ahead and get the name in there. I started writing as a young girl, but my love for books started earlier. So I would love to get that name in there. Yeah, focus up. Get the name in there first before we're going into the backstory. 1 second. Because, that's one thing to do in a movie. Like maybe they open up with a voice or something, but it's also another thing to do with literature where we have to visualize. We had to visualize it. That's what avid readers do. Avid readers read by visualizing, as opposed to average readers, which internalize dialogue. So people like me are trained to visualize as we read. So double check. So that's why imagery is so important, people. So keep on moving. Setting, let's get a setting in there. Consistency. So we're already past the first page. I would send this back and say, hey, maybe you can fix it up a little bit. Go ahead and, stick to these. Weekly Amazon driver, double check, keep on moving. They can lean on my desk, waiting for me to pick them up in the cover. You can be in the details. Pretty cool. Then there was a handful. I love family and sportive worn colors. Put things on a scale of importance. Really put things on. So we're in the introduction. Know your places on the plot map. So the next thing I'm looking for is inciting incident. After the introductory elements are there, we're still on that first 2 pages. But as we know, on that first page, we almost go at a snail's pace. I would actually spend a lot more time on that first page, but we're on a time limit today. It's kind of like a time challenge I'm doing today. But usually just one of these can be like 40 minutes. And I love doing them. It's good to stay on your toes. Also, I don't know. So they were best friends, fiercest enemies, existing in my heart and home. So we're in first person perspective, but here's a piece of life advice I've gotten. Watch out for people that say I too much when talking. Just sometimes double check. So even if you're in first person perspective, go ahead and use variances. Really diversify how you can go ahead and elevate that first person dialogue. So I don't know who I'm following right now. So it's follow the leader. Who do I want to follow? I want to follow somebody I love. I want to follow somebody I trust. I don't know who the main is. I don't know who the narrator is. So with that being said, I'm also looking for, so go ahead and present it. I would put all of this on hold, and then get that main character in there. Double check my distinction near a large window front desk. Okay, so elevate set. We got setting presented. Nice. Go ahead and elevate that setting. What I love about this presentation is the symmetry behind it. Symmetry. A lot of times, like the manuscript I just received had a nice balance, but not as balanced as this one, which is really good. So we're not seeing like choppy things. We're not seeing like onion chops. We're not seeing all different types. We got what a nice. We'll get into the habit of nice 5-sentence narratives, although these are pretty good. Let's see, pretty nice to read. Guess I sipped in my warm coffee. Oh, there you go. Taste. You could go get some sensory detail in the form of taste. So right here, we're not so warm. That's technically specific with the sensory. Nice. Uh, Taste. You know, a lot of people can describe. I actually see people describing coffee and wine all the time whenever I see these. Very good. So, like for example, wine and I get so many with wine. What's up with wine? Sweet, sour, umami, and what is the other one? Good. It's basically the point is wine is one of those sensory details you could really describe with subtlety, but also so much. So I ran across a bookshop club. I would send this back just because that main character is not even there. It's not presented. I don't know who that is. So literally, if I by this point I would say take it back. So double check, but then again, watch the conjunctions. But then again, no need to begin with the conjunction there. I never welcome the center circle long enough. So you're getting everybody gets kind of like the best of both worlds: the ghostwriter, the editor, and the reader, the avid reader. I love reading. So with that being said, I kind of like try to fire on all cylinders and give critiques all over where I can. So IL. So it looks like we're getting a second character before the first. Double check. It's been a year since I met IL. The San Francisco Writers Conference. Nice. And maybe you see one. Maybe we'll see the us over there one day. Pretty cool. Even though I don't know if that's real or not, but whatever. Book promotion, social media, building your author website. Nice. Pretty interesting. I would also love to see specific genre. Like if I can get through that first page and have all the elements in place, then I know I'm in a great spot. So with that being said, focus up, maybe retract a little bit and double check, maybe write down what you're missing. So yeah, I'm seeing some stuff that is missed, especially that main character, you know. So genre, if I can get that genre the first page, ba-boom. So with that being said, right here's a little bit ambiguous. Now, a lot of times people will send me manuscripts, and I'll be like, you know, what kind of genre is this? They will actually not know, and then they'll just double back to YA fantasy. Double check. If you're gonna write I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but don't fall back into that trap of kind of not having a specific genre. So when you don't understand your genre, when you don't understand your own plot type, a lot of things tend to go awry. So if you know your genre like the black of your, oh my goodness, I'm all over the place in the black of your hand. If you know your genre like the back of your hand, then you know how to write that genre. You know the elements of the genre, the things that need to be in place. You don't want fusion, confusion, which I see a lot. So right here, what we have is an ambiguous genre. Ambiguous. So we're going to focus up. And first dialogue, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is extraordinary dialogue. Although extraordinary is in the first dialogue, I don't consider this dialogue extraordinary. Maybe make it symbolic, you know, really open up an aesthetic with it as well. So we don't even have the main character. So with that being said, I do like the nonverbal in the tag. That's nice. You could take replied out and leave it with said. Said is dead, but we still like it. Still should be majority said. Pretty interesting if you look at like published authors. Like I'm talking about these bestsellers, the majority of their the tags are said by a large margin. So with that being said, too many. We have T bold text in there. You don't see it on the screen too much, but I think on my screen you can see T's bold text. Is that bold text? I don't know. Maybe it's because the thing's stretching it out. Anyways, my face reddened with proclamation. Elevate your character profile. Elevate your character appearance. That needs to happen. Yeah, keyword need. That is my biggest thing here. So we got 2 minutes left. I'm doing like speed beta time late. This is fun. What is Raven Society? Asked the young woman in appearance. So we got 3 characters right there. Blah, 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 blah. Main, IL, and then this one. Kind of the everyman, which is that's called. He's kind of a common character. See how your common character can be different than the others. Appearance of an exhausted mother with young children. Hearing our coffee shots. Yeah, elevate your setting. Okay, if they're in a coffee shop, elevate. Sounds are great. Elevate labs. The Raven Society is the elite literature group of the ages. Individual members. Man, I should be part of that group. Ravens, hit me up. Hit my line, and maybe I'll be your beta reader, ghostwriter, doing good stuff. Maybe I could be part of the Ravens, the Ravenclaw. Choose correctly in your career will soar to new heights. So pretty cool. There was a lively discussion amongst the ladies. Watch your tells, not shows. The possibilities all seem excellent to me. Yeah, tells, not shows. Double check. So with that being said, I want to see this. I want to see this narrator in dialogue, back and forth, some nice dialogue between 2 characters. Because right now, if I'm going to get past this first chapter and there's no back and forth dialogue, at least a little bit. I want enough to see how this main character is going to be speaking. Because a big big mistake a lot of people make will have the narrative voice in first person perspective. Will have the narrative voice plus the speaking voice blend. We don't think the same way we talk. There's variance in between. There's a little bit of variance there. So double check. Most people don't. I don't think I've ever met somebody like that. Me, I think faster than I talk, and I talk very fast though. Something you would like if I wrote a book in first person narrative, just what I was doing, you would notice that the thinking, the narratives would not blend in with the speaking dialogue. So right here, it looks like we might have what could have been an image. Interesting. Object. The rainstorm grew outside as the day shifted tonight. Watch your tells, not shows. Spend some time with that as well. Where are we? If you're gonna do something like that, go ahead and get some setting in there. Mother Nature was aware of our anxiety. Yeah, this needs a main character. It's like there's no main character. So we don't have a silhouette character. We have something that's less than a silhouette. It's not even there. So with that being said, this main character needs to be presented. It needs to be love at first sight. Love at first sight. So when you don't see the person, you don't want to be on a blind date. So with that being said, love at first sight. Go ahead and get that main character. That's number one. So just based on that, I would say do it over. Pacific Ocean. Am I imagining? Or at least I'll reformat to really get that in there. Look for specifics. Find the balance between specifics and ambiguity, because a lot of people can nail a lot of ambiguity, but right here it seems a little bit too much. Now the other one, it was actually in the storm as well. So now we got this character kind of in a storm. The other one started in a storm. Lots of storms today. Wow. Maybe it'll rain later. So a storm rage outside my canopy small. The short Skylar O'Hara, the warrior. So now we're getting fiction characters that are elevated. This is interesting. Dark-haired, green-eyed. Stop. Hold. So with that being said, if I know, this is the thing, especially with all the other manuscripts I've seen, if I know an author can elevate a character profile and do it in a very elevated way, I hold them to that standard each and every single time. For example, like let's say if I get a manuscript with a bunch of onion chops, and I know an author can nail some nice narratives, that I hold them to that standard every time. So we have the dark-haired, green-eyed Georgia Bell. So man, get that main character profile in there. So if you're gonna elevate a character that is not gonna be in the novel, double check. The reader, bright, sky the living. She could do no more love for reading. Hectic, goddess of boundaries, witchcraft. It goes woo. Interesting. Get the main character in there. That's number one. It's number one right there because I don't even know. I can't follow anything. The best-selling novels of all time have characters. They have main characters. So when we don't have a main character, it's not an enjoyable experience. Even if the writing is elevated. So I'm seeing a lot of nice elevated writing. So let's double check. I'll run through this and then I'll give a nice rundown. I got a lot to upload, and I got one more beta read after this. I'm very excited. So instead of one long one today, we're doing 3 short ones. Very fun. Curling my hair. Good. That's great real estate to bring up some of the character profile and appearance. 15-minute struggle ensued, losing battle. Small chunk of hair. Opt for my messy bun, light makeup. Get the character profile. Get the appearance in there. Who am I following? I asked my dog Beacon. So now we got dog as a character. This one. Some Cujo in there. It's already 18 minutes. Keep going. And we're at the end. Wish me luck. Okay, as I walked out the door onto my new adventure, she's talking to the dog. Really good. Pretty interesting. So, although it seemed like I was more on the critical side on this one, I feel like this one I'm more down the middle. It's really hard to tell because we got a nice symmetrical presentation, which is very important for reading. The mind enjoys symmetry. It disdains asymmetry without purpose. If you could deviate with purpose, that's good. We have sensory detail. We got some nice narratives. We got consistency here. Although we have those sandwich paragraphs, those 3-sentence ones, I'm more of a fan of the larger ones. Very interesting. We don't have back and forth dialogue, which I would have loved to see. So I can differentiate how the narrative voice internally and externally cooperate, and also contrast. Main character is gone. It's not there. It's not there. Hard to tell, and that's so very important first person perspective. You want love at first sight. Don't exclude it. Based on that alone, there's more, but based on that alone, I would send it back. I would say, hey, what is this? So double check. Nothing bad, but just it's a simple mistake. So really go ahead. But the author's in a great place. Author, you're in a great place right now. On the line by line level, things look good, and yeah, there it is. Really get that character in there. That's definitely number one. So with that being said, everybody, keep it real. Get that 500, get those 1,000 words in today. like, subscribe, and have a good day. Keep on writing. I got another beta read to do. Very exciting. I'm already out of breath. But this one was fun too. I'm receiving a lot of what seems palpable. What I'm seeing is manuscripts that are not far from being published, not far from being ready to be published in a certain aspect. This doesn't have this manuscript in front of me does not necessarily have that amateur presentation, which I love. Seeing an elevated presentation, something symmetrical, which I'm glad I received this. So if somebody sent this to me to beta read only, I would be very happy with this. But don't include your personal information, people. All right, keep it real. Wishing me luck on the next one. Oh, yeah.